In today's news, Governor orders leak inquiry, assistance grants abuse. The public purse says Auditor General. Turnbull calls out a contrast in Premier's position on the recently brought to the table audits. Now, BVI International Arbitration Center is set to host the BVI Arbitration Week 2024. Mrs. SHARON FLAX-BRUTUS has been named new managing partner of Virgin GORDA Villa Rentals, and TAIWAN Government International Scholarship for Virgin Islanders has been launched. Persons are inquired and interested are asked to kindly register. Local basketball college star HODGE breaks a 30-year-old record. And of course, Rhythm Up Bartending School is raising the bar as it pertains to hospitality. We took a look at sports. The BVI Women's National Softball team has defeated Jamaica 20-5 in the opening game. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Welcome everyone, I'm Ron Grant coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. It is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here live and direct bringing you the latest out of not only Tortola, but across the region and on the international scene. Beginning our newscast, Governor John Ranking has ordered a leak inquiry after a document issued only to himself and the members of the cabinet made its way into the public space. Ranking said that the document entitled, and I quote, Assistance Grants January 2019 to May 2022 Audit Report was received by himself and the Premier on the 30th of December, after which it was tabled in the cabinet. He said that the document currently is in circulation, appears to be a copy of the report which was considered by the cabinet. This, he noted, is a confidential document. He said, and I quote, Cabinet confidentiality is paramount, and I have accordingly ordered the Cabinet Secretary to carry out a leak inquiry in relation to this matter. He continued by saying, and I quote, should any criminal offense have occurred in relation to the leak, that will also be a matter for the police and the Director of Public Prosecution to consider and take forward as appropriate. Now, while the inquiry is underway, Ranking has asked that members of the public cease from circulating the confidential document any further. An audit into assistance grants programs, which we just spoke about, operated by the government of the Virgin Islands, has led the chief audit executive to conclude that, and I quote, the operations of these programs for the most part did not serve to resolve any socioeconomic deficiencies in our communities, as the programs were largely utilized to satisfy individual wants and desires. These are the daunting words of the auditor. This was one of the conclusions presented in a document entitled Assistance Grants January 2019, May 2022 Audit Report, which detailed an audit conducted by the Internal Audit Department in association with the Office of the Auditor General.
Within the scope of this audit, the government of the Virgin Islands awarded a total of $22,939,333.07 in assistance grants across 3 ministries, that is, the Ministry of Communications and Works, the Ministry of Education, and the Premier's Office, as well as the House of Assembly. According to that document, auditors found that the assistance grants programs lacked the basic tenets of good governance, such as accountability, equity, and transparency. The audit said all the programs programs lacked clearly defined policy objectives and rules that would guide their functioning. These programs operated outside of any financial rules for public expenditure, on the belief that elected members exercised unconstrained authority over these funds. End quote. The audit was conducted in accordance with Recommendation B12 of the Commission of Inquiry report. It sought to achieve the following objectives. 1. Assess the level of due diligence conducted in awarding the grants and determine whether the grants were awarded with transparent and equitable process. 2. To determine whether there was any abuse of discretionary authority in awarding grants. And 3. To determine whether grants programs were abused by applicants across programs. While it was acknowledged that there is some validity in the argument that elected officials are, quote, more in tune with the needs of their constituency, end quote, and there would require some level of operation at this level across the programs, auditors concluded that this knowledge would be better utilized to inform and formulate policy to meet those needs in a holistic and transparent manner. The report further stated, quote, when public funds are expended based on the most opaque of circumstances, discretionary decisions of political operative, without rules and limits and without consequence, it is near impossible to separate political and intrinsic motives. A final assessment found that there was an absence of due diligence in awarding grants under these programs, and the process used was neither transparent nor equitable. Auditors stated that there were indications of abuse of this discretionary authority in awarding grants based on best practice, as well as abuse by applicants who utilized those deficiencies in the process for self-benefit. The report stated these programs, as were operated, were affront to good governance and an abuse of the public purse. For 284 News, I am Jacka Wooding.
An about turn, a complete 360. These were the terms used by Representative for the 2nd Electoral District, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, as he reflected on a contrast in the approach of Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley as he spoke on two matters brought before the House of Assembly last week. Turnbull was referring to the Premier's statement on the reports on the examination of the public contracts issued to Claude Skelton Klein and the report on the Auditor General on COVID-19 border security contracts for static marine platforms. He spoke ahead of sharing his own position on the report. He said, and I quote, reports of the Auditor General on COVID-19 border security contracts for static marine platforms with the House. Take a look.
But before I give my personal contributions and contributions on behalf of the people that I represent and been sent here to represent, I must reflect on a contrast that was evidenced in the debate by the Honorable Premier. And over these last 10 months, I believe, we have been working to try to correct some of the things that were identified, gross misconduct in the COI report, as well as try to safeguard and fight for the constitutional rights, freedoms, and advancements of this territory that we call our beloved BVI.
Honorable Turnbull said he was left puzzled after witnessing the Premier's approach to seemingly chastise one individual and praise the other, all while both persons stand accused of benefiting from a misuse of public funds.
But there's a contrast, Madam Speaker, in the way that the Premier would have gave his position regarding one issue that dealt with the spending of public funds, and then a complete almost 360 right about turn, if I will use it for the officers and my good cadets there of the Virgin Islands Cadet Corps, a right about face turn that I am puzzled at. Because on one hand you crucify a man, and the other hand you praise another. So on one hand you're dealing with $365,000 over 3 years, and then we're dealing with about 2.3 $2.3 million over a 5-month period. And I am trying to understand, Madam Speaker, and trying to ascertain if that is the position that I truly heard. But I listened a couple times, and I think I heard the same thing repeated, Madam Speaker.
Up next, everyone, more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The British Virgin Islands International Arbitration Centre announced recently a new date for its BVI Arbitration Week, which will take place on the 11th to the 15th of March 2024. Again, that is the 11th to the 15th of March 2024 at the BVI International Arbitration Centre. Take a look at this report. The event will focus on the critical role of the BVI IAC and has played in meeting the rapidly evolving dispute resolution needs of arbitration users within the Caribbean, Americas, and beyond. The theme for BVI Arbitration Week 2024 is Thought Leadership, placing emphasis on the emergence of the BVI as a destination that has attracted global minds, talent, and resources specifically for the arbitration world. The focus of the program will be to innovate ideas and strategic thinking about the way disputes are resolved, particularly in construction, oil and gas, renewable energy, and fintech, all of which are industries that are the subject of cross-border transactions and play a critical role in the economic development of the Caribbean region. BVI Arbitration Week 2024 will see us host pioneers and trailblazers in the arbitration and business community from around the world, all of whom will challenge attendees to think differently and strategically about the effective resolution of disputes, particularly in the Caribbean, said Shangier, CEO, BVI IAC. Ms. Shangier went on to say that the Caribbean has often been viewed as a region with limited economic growth with little to no connections with the rest of the world. In fact, the region has long enjoyed close economic and investment ties with Europe and the Americas, resulting in billions of dollars in cross-border transactions yearly. She said, recently we have seen an influx of investment from other parts of the world, such as Asia, Africa, further sealing the Caribbean's place as a leading emerging destination for investment. Gear concluded by saying, through our thought leadership theme, BVI Arbitration Week 2024 is well poised for passionate and insightful debate. Attendees will have an opportunity to engage on topical issues in arbitration with leading arbitrators, scholars, practitioners, and business leaders from the Caribbean and wider afield, as well as enjoy some of the beauty and fun of the islands of the BVI in engaging networking activities. More to come in the upcoming months. Virgin Gorda Villa Rentals, the luxury development and management company boasting the island's largest room and villa inventory, has announced the appointment of Mrs. Sharon FLAX-BRUTUS to the newly created position to managing partner. Her leadership role took effect immediately, and take a look at this report chronicling her journey. Virgin Gorda Villa Rentals, the luxury development and management company boasting the island's largest room and villa inventory, announces the appointment of Mrs. Sharon FLAX-BRUTUS to the newly created position of managing partner. Her leadership role took effective immediately. This is a promotion for Mrs. FLAX-BRUTUS, who initially joined the company's leadership team in July of 2020 as the director of operations for both Virgin Gorda Villa Rentals and its sister property, Leverick Bay Resort and Marina. Prior to her senior management experience within the group of enterprises, Sharon had cultivated an outstanding, storied career in the executive arena of tourism, beginning with her youth. Born to a family of hospitality-fueled entrepreneurs, Sharon's earliest experience included serving a guest and aiding in the management of her family's hotel and restaurant, right up to the moment her studies took her away from the BVI to acquire the requisite educational background for industry leadership. Between now and then, her continued commitment to tourism and hospitality has seen her act in every capacity, from customer service agent to the peak of her public service as one of the region's most respected and influential national tourism leaders as the director of tourism for the British Virgin Islands. Given Mrs. FLAX-BRUTUS' demonstrated wealth of experience and proven aptitude, it was fitting when, despite her start during the peak of the plunge triggered by the COVID-19, she managed to spearhead wins such as completely sold-out inventory of villas during the height of the pandemic. Sharon has bold plans to continue her upward trajectory. She commented by saying Virgin Gorda's beauty and overarching experience transcended national ideas of island competition. We are the unraveled gem of the Caribbean, as proven by the accolades received from countless international publications. It is our team's earnest intent to continue strategically making the necessary investments to further enhance the quality of our product and our service, reintroducing the concept of true Caribbean luxury to our clients, partners, and guests. As the new managing partner, Sharon is perfectly positioned to do so, as she will now bear principal responsibility for the strategic direction of the company, the acquisition and management of resources and investments, and the marketing, product development, and quality control of the inventory under the company's management. Sharon's ascent into the role of managing partner is a novel development in the tourism industry, which typically does not see executives rewarded with a direct equity stake in the company's growth. Speaking on this, Ms. Christina Yates, founder and principal of Virgin Gorda Villa Rentals, reaffirmed her commitment to fairly recognizing and rewarding excellence. She said, "When Sharon first joined the team, it was immediately evident that her exhaustive and impressive resume it paled when compared to her burning zeal for the tourism industry. It was a no-brainer. Her energy and expertise were exactly what was needed at the shareholders' table to truly take our service experience through modern challenges and to the next level." The Taiwan Government International Scholarship provides 2 fully funded scholarships to 2 Virgin Islanders to study at any university in Taiwan for up to 4 years for their bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees in any field of their choice. Take a look at this report. The Taiwan Government International Scholarship provides 2 fully funded scholarships to 2 Virgin Islanders to study at any university in Taiwan for up to 4 years for bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degrees in any field of their choice. The scholarship includes tuition, housing, and a monthly living allowance, $500 bachelor's, $700 master's, or PhD. Applications open to Virgin Islanders on March 1st, 2023 and closes on March 30th, 2023. The Taiwan Government Scholarship is sponsored by the Taiwan's Ministry of Education and offered individually to countries and territories within the Caribbean, including the British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Belize. The program was established to make Taiwan an international study center for outstanding students from the Caribbean and Latin America, as well as to promote friendly relations between Taiwan and the world. The program builds mutually beneficial cultural exchanges, business and employment links, and most importantly, lifelong friendships. In addition, 2 further scholarships are also available for short Chinese language programs to which any Virgin Islander can apply. Again, the applications are open from March 1st to the 30th. Virgin Islanders are required to apply online through Taiwan's representative office in the UK. By the deadline, applications must clearly state that the applicant is from the British Virgin Islands to be considered. Local basketball college star HODGE broke a 30-year-old record on Wednesday night as he led his Missouri Tigers back from a 19-point deficit to beat the LSU 81 to 76. Now HODGE had a team high of 23 points with 8 of 16 shots, including a 5 3-pointers to give his side of their third straight win and, of course, the first on the LSU soil. In addition, HODGE collected 5 steals on the night, which saw him breaking the Missouri Tigers' single-season steals record, surpassing the previous mark of 76 set by Lynn Hardley in 1986-87 to end the night on a total of 78 steals for the season. The record-breaking steal came with a 11.34 remaining in the game, and HODGE turned it into a 3-pointer to tie the game at 59. In an interview following his historic feat, HODGE revealed that he had set out from the beginning of the season to break the 30-year-old record.
Well, Des Moines HODGE joins us now, and Des Moines, this one did not start out the way I guess you guys anticipated. You fell behind by 19. What was the mindset of your group at that point?
We know that it was the senior night, so we know they're going to come out with a kind of fire, so we just have to weather the storm and keep pushing. We got open shots, open layup, he just missed, so we have to just keep doing what we're doing and keep fighting.
Okay, let's talk. I'm going to talk about your record, right? You knew where the record was. You get 5 steals tonight.
Yeah.
The record has stood for a long time. You've probably met Lynn Hardy, Doc Nice, and tell me your thoughts about the record.
I mean, when I first got here.
Single season steal record. Let's go.
When I first got here, I told Coach Phil Pressey that I'm going to break the record. So I told him in August that I wanted to break the record. So it was on my mind to come out here and try to break it. So getting it was really good. It feels good, man.
You know, this Missouri team, you guys have had some really impressive wins. You never seem to get rattled. As you guys hit the postseason, how do you feel about this group as a whole now that you've had almost 30 games in the books?
We feel confident. We practice like this every day, man. We practice situations, being down 7 with like a minute left in the game. So when we get in situations, it's not nothing new for us. So that's why we always so poised in them kind of games, because we be in these positions all the time.
Hey, Des Moines, one more game, home game. If you win that game, you can be a 3 seed in the SEC tournament. Give us your thoughts on that.
I mean, it's going to feel good, but we just want to play and have fun and win. So whatever seed we get, we're going to try to win it all. So,
well, great win tonight.
Thank you.
See, have fun. See, we said that about you tonight. We said Des Moines looks like he's always having fun. See, look at that. Look at his wristband. Can you get a shout? It says "Have fun." We saw it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch you play.
Win.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you.
win tonight. Thanks for joining us.
When we return, we have more local news.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello.
So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry, I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4 EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I watch him ball. I've been watching football. That Nickelodeon. Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone. The British Virgin Islands women's softball national team enjoyed a landslide victory against Jamaica in their opening game of the 2023 Eastern Caribbean Amateur Softball Confederation Championships in St. John, USVI. Our Kamal Haynes is on the grounds and submitted this report.
Playing as the home team against Jamaica yesterday evening at the St. John National Park, the BVI won via mercy rule in the third inning, 20 runs to Jamaica's 5. Captain Daria D. Malone, who was named the player of the match, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the second inning, clearing the bases to give the BVI a 4-run lead.
Hi, Sharon. Hi. Can you hear the players? Oh, I was trying to find out. All right.
But the other notable performances came from Shaniqua Foy, who was termed the game changer with 2 hits, 3 runs, and 1 run batted in. William Makeda Foy, who was also listed as a game changer with 2 hits, 3 runs, and 2 runs batted in. And Tia Cook as the winning pitcher for her 3 strikeouts, 3 hits, and 5 runs. But Captain Malone spoke following her outstanding performance.
At first, I was a little nervous because I was kind of teeing up on hits I shouldn't swing at. But I remember something that my co-captain told us yesterday, and she told us, to just stay in our zone and keep our hands where we're supposed to be and don't try to overpour it. Just get a bat on the ball, and if it go, it go. And it just happened to win, so that was a success.
And obviously, we won 25. Speak about that. Wait, not Washington.
Yeah, we started off a bit shaky, but no matter what, we held it together and we stuck together, and our bats woke up late in the game, but it woke up when it needed to wake up, and we did what we had to do.
Okay, tomorrow against St. Martin,
Game plan for me is a game plan for everybody. We come in ready, we come in excited, we come in confident, but we sticking together as a team and we're trying to win as a team.
Our manager and coach, Honorable Neville Sheepsmith, also spoke on the victory.
Victory, but I still feel kind of bad because we started off kind of slow, so we got to work on that start off. But other than that, the team bounced back pretty well. I feel real confidence with the players. They were a little shaky in the beginning. I think they had a little bit of jitters, but we're ready to go.
We also saw a strategy to change the pitcher. Initially, speak about that as well as it relates to the BVI's pitching.
Well, I wanted to try to get 3 innings out of whoever started the game, so I was trying to stick with that. But after I see they were giving up so many runs in the walk, I decided to change. I don't want to go no more than 3 to 4 innings with either the starting pitchers most of the time, depends on who it is. So just trying to play a little strategy going forward.
But also present at the game was the president of the Virgin Islands Baseball Softball Association, Mr. Rodney Skelton.
It was a big win. It's a good confidence builder for the team as we go into play some of the top opponents. But it was good to see the team just coming together. Some of these players came from away, and so they're just joining the team. Yes, they played together when they were younger, but just joining together, seeing the strategy from the coaches and everything, I think we have a really, really good chance of winning this tournament. And it's just ecstatic to get our first win, man. Go Team BVI. I think some of the preferred teams would obviously be BVI, USVI, and as well as Curacao. But I think we have Curacao in the bag. Team USVI, they may have a couple of players that play in college that may be here. I haven't seen their team. We're going to see it after the opening ceremony, but we're going to lick any of them.
Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
We continue, of course, to wish our team here from the British Virgin Islands the very best as they compete over in St. John. Viewers, that is it for today's News Roundup. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us. Do have a beautiful rest of the day. You've been watching 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news right here out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Have a happy Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Livestream Cable TV is here with CCT Live. Access over 80 channels that you can watch either at home or when you're on the go. And don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Rewind and watch in your own time. Come to CCT today and ask about our 1-month free trial offer. CCT Live. Bring it home.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT fiber network. CCT Fire.